What's up everybody, this is Derek here with another unboxing and initial impressions video. Today we're going to be taking a look at another Qi wireless charging pad, and we're going to be finding out how well it works with the new iPhones, the iPhone 8, 8 Plus, and the iPhone 10. This is an iPhone 10. It's currently around 50% battery or so, and we're going to see how this charger works. Now, the biggest issue with these Qi chargers for the iPhones is that the iPhones with the 11.2 update, so it's iOS 11.2 or later, you can charge at 7.5 watts instead of 5 watts. So the iPhones initially charged at a very slow old Qi standard of 5 watts, and that's roughly equivalent to using that little power adapter that comes with your iPhone versus plugging it in with, say, an iPad adapter or a battery bank or a laptop, something that can provide more power. So this is a Samsung, so we're using a Samsung charging pad with a Apple product, but go figure, we'll see how it works. I picked this up at Best Buy. This was normally $50. It's discounted to $40. So if it can do 7.5 watts and I have a decent initial impression of the quality of it, then it's a pretty decent deal. Because if you remember from my previous video, I'll include a link over in the top and in the description. Here's the Insignia charging pad. This one was $40 and it does 7.5 watts. Which is pretty cool. That's the one to beat, honestly, right now as far as a 7.5 watt charger. There are a bunch of chargers on Amazon for like $15 to $25 that'll do 5 watts. But if you want a faster charger, this is one of the better options right now. So let's see if the Samsung can compete in the quality and if it can compete with the charging speed. So we'll take a look real quick at the back of the literature here. We'll see what it says. I'm assuming it comes, see, it says wireless fast charger feature available, even faster charging on select models. So of course they're talking about Samsung phones, like the new Galaxies and the new Notes, but let's see how well it works on an iPhone. So go ahead here and we will cut open the box. Let's go like that. Box feels reasonably solid. I like this. It's a little bit tougher. It's a little bit harder, thicker of a plastic than you get a cheaper charger, so it feels nice. There's a pull tab here. That's kind of cool. So here we go. We've got the fast charging puck, or the wireless charging adapter, and we can see this is the white version. There's also a black version, and I think there's a blue and some other colors too. I got this one to potentially match the wireless, charger for the Apple Watch. So, but again, to each their own. We can see here, this is a type of plastic. There's a rubber non-slip surface here. So this is to grip your phone so it doesn't slide off. And then there is also a grippy textured rubber here that will prevent the charger from sliding. So that's pretty cool. So input 5 volts at 2 amps or 9 volts at 1.67 amps. So that means it's probably going to be using Quick Charge 3.0. And we will take a look here, see what else is included. Go here and we'll figure out how the heck do you open this without breaking it. And there we go. Okay, so it opens from the bottom. Go figure. It opens just like that. If you're having trouble too. One of those days, right? So here you go. You can see we have a white wall adapter and a white USB to micro. So we got USB to micro USB charger, or rather cable. And let's see, this is a travel adapter, so it'll do international. It'll do 100 to 240 volts, 50 or 60 hertz, which is cool. And it does 9 volts, adaptive fast charging. So it doesn't say which version of Quick Charge this is, but I'm going to assume it's probably 3. And it's capable of doing the same, it outputs what this can input, so that makes sense. Take a look here. This feels like a reasonably sturdy cable. It's not, I don't think it's silicone, honestly. It doesn't feel as nice as the Insignia one, actually, which is a very pliable silicone cable. It feels like it'll, last a long time, but these cables are reasonably durable. As for the pad itself, I see some ventilation holes around here. So again, in the Insignia one, which looks very similar, these holes are purely cosmetic. They look kind of neat, give it some, but I don't believe they might they might open up through, but here the holes are straight through. So I know some of these have fans in them that turn on when they're charging faster or when the inductive coils get hot. So we'll see if we can hear any fan noise here. We've got a quick start guide here, so let's open it up to see what we've got. I'll see if I can get that in frame so you can read it if you want to. You can just pause the video here. We'll go around to Spanish and we'll do the same thing in case you're curious. There we go. These are pretty self-explanatory, but you know, if you want to read the directions, just make sure you're using it right. Probably a good idea. So what we're going to do now is I'm actually going to grab the Omni 20 from OmniCharge. I'll be back in a second. And what's neat about the OmniCharge Omni 20 is that it has a power readout here. So it's always hard to get this camera to focus on it because it's a little OLED screen here. Let's see if I can focus on it. But basically, the screen will tell you how many watts of power this is drawing. And the advantage to that is that the 5-watt chargers generally will draw, because you have loss in the charger, you have loss in the inductive coils, that sort of thing. So you're usually drawing 8 to 9 watts or so to actually output 5. And if you're going to be charging at 7.5 watts to the iPhone, it's going to be drawing about 12 watts from the wall with those losses, maybe 11, 12. So again, pretty good impression of this. It feels nice. It feels reasonably solid. It feels like it won't slip around. Just put the phone on here quick and just see how it, yeah, that holds it pretty well. It's not going to slide off, which is nice when you spend a lot of money on a phone. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take this off, and I'm actually going to go dim the lights just in case there are any cool status lights. That way we can see them easier. And I will plug the adapter in to the OmniCharge here, and we'll power it up and see what happens. So I powered it up. It flashed blue, green, and then teal, which means, let's see, honestly not sure, so I will put the phone on here and we'll start charging. Go like that. Okay, so it's charging with a solid blue LED. I'm gonna guess that was probably just some sort of startup. Okay, so it says the fan inside the wireless charger operates during fast wireless charging. Okay, so there is a fan in here to keep the coils cool and presumably keep your phone a little bit cooler too, but it only turns on when fast charging is active. I do not believe there's a fan in the Insignia one. They don't tend to need one, but you know, it's not a bad idea as long as it's not too loud. The blue light is pretty bright, honestly. I don't know how well it's going to show up on video, but it's pretty bright, which means if you want to use this in a bedroom, it's probably not your best choice, unless you don't mind the light, because it seems like it's going to be on until the device finishes charging, probably. So, again, you could orient your phone here. This will block a lot of it, but if you're light sensitive, you probably want to go for something like the Mophie that has a very small indicator and isn't going to be bothering you while you're trying to sleep. Let's see if we can zoom in here and see what sort of power this is drawing. Unfortunately, it looks like, let's see if we can get to focus on the screen there. It looks like it is drawing about 9 watts or so, 8.91, 8.94, so just about 9 watts. So that means that this is charging at 5 watts. Because again, when you're charging inductively, you're losing energy. So, I mean, this is measuring how much power is actually coming out of the battery, and you're using some of that power for the AC inverter to make AC power. You're losing some of that at the wall adapter, and then some more on the charging pad. So, you know, it seems a little counterintuitive that it's 9-watt draw to actually put 5 watts into your phone, but when you're accounting for all the losses, something's 90, 85, 90% efficient, you know, you go through a few of those and you're actually going to be using quite a bit more power. So we'll take it off and see what happens. The light goes out, go put it back on again, And again, try to get the phone somewhere near the middle, otherwise it won't charge well. It won't charge as quick. So, but it's interesting. You know, this is a phone charger made by Samsung that is, of course, fast charge capable on their hardware. But for an iPhone, does it make sense? For $40, I don't think it's worth it. You can pick up a similar model on Amazon for like $25. If it's built the same way, it's definitely built well, but again, you know, if you have an iPhone, you want to be charging at that faster speed if you're paying this much. Otherwise, you might as well just go with a you know, a decently rated one on Amazon that charges at 5 watts, and you know, you save a lot of money versus buying this. So you're buying the Samsung name. Now, if you also have a Galaxy, if you have another phone, or if you have people in your family who use Galaxy phones or Note phones that can charge faster, then it probably makes sense to buy something like this, because it'll still charge your iPhone fine, and it'll charge their phones quick. But if you're buying this just to use with an iPhone, then it most likely doesn't make sense, because you're going to be charging at about 5 watts, and that's, I said the Insignia is $40 right now, and that one will charge at 7.5 watts. So again, you know, if you're spending that money over a $15 to $25 charger, it makes sense to just go with something that you know will work at 7.5. So thanks for watching this initial impressions and unboxing video. I'm sorry that I went over to probably about 17 minutes. So go figure. Those 5 of you who are still watching, thank you. And if you're interested, if you enjoy what you watch, feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in a future video. Thanks for watching.